This is what you might have missed on BCSN's Sports Nightly.
It is that time again, time to go inside the birdcage, brought to you by Overhead Door. Once again, as always, John Wagner, the Toledo Blade beat writer for the Toledo Mud Hens and the Bowling Green State University Falcons. We're talking the birds as far as the Mud Hens are concerned. Wags, it's all over. Everybody's talking about it. Justin Verlander's start in Indy.
Really? I didn't. Oh, yeah. I had heard a bunch of people talk about it.
Yeah.
Actually, there was good and bad from it. I mean, the bad, obviously, are the raw numbers. I mean, didn't get out of the third inning, 6 hits and 2 walks, gave up 3 runs. But I would ask for caution on this one because if you remember, if you read it in today's paper.
The Toledo Blade, I always do.
God bless you.
Yes.
Well, you know that two of the runs that scored in the second inning were on a 2-out.
Yes.
Basically a pop-up that should have been caught by the shortstop, but instead fell harmlessly, well, not harmlessly, fell without being caught,
right,
and allowed 2 runs to score.
True.
So, there's a little more behind the numbers. There were also some soft hits in the third inning. So there's both good and bad.
So it was P.F. Chang's for everyone after the game except for Dixon Machado. He had to eat McDonald's.
No, it was actually everybody but Justin Verlander who had to get on a plane and head elsewhere.
Okay.
So,
elsewhere?
Yes. Elsewhere is back to Detroit to talk with Brad Ausmus on Tuesday to figure out if he'll be making another start in Toledo on Friday. Spoiler alert.
Larry Parrish, I saw the quote, said that he would think that he would need another rehab start, but it wasn't his decision.
Right.
Based on what we saw yesterday, I know you're going to throw the Dixon Machado thing out there. I mean, I think he has to have another rehab start because you're going to go up and face the Oakland A's after you threw like that against the Indianapolis Indians?
Well, here's the thing, Eric. There's both good and bad with the way he threw, okay? Let's start with the good. The fastball sat 93, 94, topping out at 96. If you looked at the breaking ball, the secondary pitches, there was good tilt, good angle, lots of good things with the raw materials of how he threw. So that's the good. The problem was, did he command it? And obviously he didn't. Between the walks, the hit batsman, wasn't able to make good pitches every time he needed to get an out. There also were not a lot of swings and misses, which is obviously a concern. So, if you want to make the case that he could start against Oakland, if you looked at the raw materials, you could say, yeah.
Well, if a guy named Gorky's is going to hit you in AAA, I think you got a little bit more work to do. Just my 2 cents, but what do I know? All right, we'll move from Verlander. Keep an eye on it, obviously. Maybe we'll see him on Friday here in downtown Toledo. We'll move from him to another guy. Bruce Rondon has just been awful. Just been awful. I don't think you're going to say that, but I'm saying it for you, Wags. We've seen the proof. We've seen the tape. He has not been good since he's come down to Toledo.
Okay, I'll meet you almost all the way. He's not been good until his most recent appearance on Saturday when he got 3 outs with 15 pitches, 10 of which were strikes. One of them was a strikeout. He pitched back-to-back days, which was one of the key ingredients for him to be called up to Detroit. He's going to go again for the Mud Hens on Tuesday in Columbus, and it's just going to be innings. Get as many outs, Bruce, as you can with, I think, 25 to 30 pitches.
Okay.
Get as many outs as you can get. If he's healthy there, I think there's a very good chance he gets sent back to Detroit.
Okay, I will reserve judgment. Back-to-back days, good last outing in Indianapolis. If he has another good outing in Columbus, I'm with you. If he goes back to how he was last week,
we will probably see him in Toledo on the weekend.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
I'll finish your sentence for you.
Or maybe West Michigan, the way he was pitching.
No, easy now.
Okay.
Deep breaths.
Okay, and then let's wrap this up here. Another former Mud Hen, Kyle Lobstein, who was kind of up and down to Detroit, and he had a great outing there. Give us kind of an update on what's going on with Kyle.
Well, that's a little more up in the air because it's left shoulder inflammation. It's not, he's broken down. So it's a matter of let's let the inflammation settle. Let's see when he's able to come back, and that's a good question. We're not sure when he's going to be able to come back. Remember also that there are 2 other options from Toledo in Detroit right now in Buck Farmer and Kyle Ryan.
Right.
So there's there are a lot of moving parts when it comes to Tigers pitching these days, and I guess Mud Hen's pitching as well.
Yeah, that's right. And you mentioned, and one more before we get out of here, that Oakland A's situation with Kyle Ryan flying from 4 a.m. from Louisville to Oakland, and then coming in and not starting, and then
well, because it was a day game, and he arrived at 11 o'clock. You're on a commercial flight here, yes, the major league teams take charters and fly when they want, where they want, but guys on rehab starts and guys getting called up do not have that luxury. They are at the whims of the airlines, just like the rest of us are. So when you only get there an hour before the game starts, you have to make arrangements.
And it was still neat, though, to see two Toledo Mud Hen guys kind of combine and do a great job at the major league level with lack of sleep, I'm guessing. I'm guessing he's not a great sleeper on the plane.
Well, that's a tough route to go because you're also going to be amped up. I'm getting called up to the big leagues, and this is my start and my chance to earn a full-time spot on that staff. So, yeah, there's a lot of ampage going on there.
Yeah, this usually happens on this segment of Inside the Birdcage. A lot of ampage going on right here. He's John Wagner of the Toledo Blade. And again, another edition of Inside the Birdcage. We wrap it up.
Be sure to watch Sports Nightly weeknights at 10:30 on BCSN and follow us on Twitter at sports_nightly.